In this video, I want to show you how to use Polleverywhere. And again, I've already created an account. I'm logged in, and you can see these are different polls that I've created and different responses. Now, Polleveryware is probably the granddaddy of the poll, the online assessment tools, and a lot of the features for this particular tool you have to pay for. And that's what this little diamond here, and one of them is your reports. Doesn't mean it's not still a great tool to get formative assessment, but you're just not, whereas the other tools allow you to save and see your results, that being Kahoot, Socrative, Google Forms, as well as Plickers. This NQuizzes, this one does not allow you, without paying really, to save those assessments. So let's jump right in. What we're going to, and this has a website as well as an app, and I would encourage your students to use their app, unless you're using certain of the polls students can only access from their from the web. And I encourage you, as I do with all of them, to engage in these tools both as a teacher and a student. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and I'm going to hit create. These are the different things that you can create, and I'm not going to go through all of them. I think I love these. So we have multiple choice. I love the word cloud. So what we could do with word cloud is we could say something like how would you describe the tone of the poem? Okay, and then I just hit create. And what that does is it creates a word cloud. How would you describe? And then students put in their answers. And so maybe it's just one word. So you could say sad or uplifting or somber or morose or whatever, one word that they would put in. And just like with all word clouds, the word that's used most often is bigger, right? It gets bigger, and that's just a nice way to. It's just a nice way, to get feedback from students, right? So that's one way that you can do it, is through a word cloud. Of course, the multiple choice, and notice you can put images here. Here's the title, and then you put the questions. You can add options here. Another one that I really like, excuse me, is the clickable image. And when I go through this in the class, what I use is you just hit on clickable image. I use a plant cell, and I ask them to identify different parts of, or particular parts of the plant cell. And what it does when you activate it, you can see they have a map. You can upload. This allows you to upload any image that you want. And so I upload a picture of a plant cell, and then they click on the part that I asked them to identify. But you could also do, like, here's and you can see they have other ones in here also, not very many, but you can upload anything you want. Like if you want to take, kind of get the social emotional feedback from students, it has where you can, do, how do you feel about, yourself? Let's say that maybe something, you can just say at the beginning of the day, how's everybody feeling this morning? And they put it, and you get that instant feedback. So, but anyway, to do this, all you do with each one of these, and they have more, you can see here, icebreakers, donut chart, short answer, spotlight, and you can play with all of these. Again, all you do with them is you give it a title. How are you feeling today? And there's there's nothing you have to do here. If you want to add another activity, you just hit up, to add another activity. And let's hit multiple choice, and then I just put in my multiple choice, and when you get finished, you hit create. And that's pretty much, it's very simple to use in that regard. Now, if I go back to here to my polls, what you will see is your questions that you create will be listed here. And what you can do, you can see I've got a bunch of them. What you can do is you can, excuse me, you can group these together. So you just hit new group, and then you just place, you just select whichever ones you want, and you move them into the new group. And you can see that I have them set up. So, like if we go down a little bit, you'll see like these are ones that I've done in class, like Kentucky Facts, okay, or you can see that I've got some that I have created for conferences that I presented at or classes that I use. And the other part that you can see here of what you want to do with these is when you have them in a group like this, when you do put them in a group, and again, all you do to do that is hit new group. It essentially creates a folder. You put the questions in there. And what you do once you have a new group is what you want to do is you want to convert this to a survey. And when you convert it to a survey, what it does is it groups all of those questions together so that when you activate that poll, students can navigate through them. It'll just have next at the end of each question, as opposed to it having to be uh, advanced by the teacher. Excuse me. So that's about all there is to that. It's very simple to use. The only other thing that I would say about this, there are two things. One is you can download an extension for PowerPoint that allows you to embed these polls in there. Also, you can do the same. You can add an extension to Google Slides where you can embed polls into them as well. So just be aware of those. I've included videos for Google Slides, how you add polls to Google Slides, since Jefferson County is using Google Slides. But if you're wanting to know about PowerPoint, you can just go to YouTube and Google Polleverywhere in PowerPoint, and it'll walk you through that. So that's Polleverywhere.